welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the perfect lap for the Chinese Grand Prix edition. And I've got some exciting news to tell you. For once and finally, the new update has arrived with these new Formula 2 cars. As you can see, overall distinguishedly, they don't look too disfamiliar from the last year's cars. However, there are one or two new liveries, of course. Carlin and ART, I think, staying mainly the same. But yeah, you know, one or two new liveries, and I think there's a new team, Univistori Racing. I've never heard of them before. I presume that's the Renault team. You know, you got Primo, of course, Sauber Junior team, which is nice actually to see Sauber in the game. Campos Racing, MP Motorsport, BWT, obviously Arden, and the Trident car, of course. All in the game, and you got obviously all the official drivers, but we're not here for that today. What we're here for is the perfect lap, and I may drive one of the 2019 Formula 2 cars at the end of today's video. But last time we took, I believe it was a McLaren, if I'm correct. I'm not too sure actually. It was either McLaren or Toro Rosso out for a lap, or was it the Ferrari? I'm not too sure actually. I should know this. It don't matter anyway. Today we'll take the which one? We'll take the Haas. We'll take the Haas for a lap of China to do the perfect lap in today. Now, what this series is about, not necessarily doing the perfect lap, but just doing a lap that I would be proud enough or representative of where I think, you know, your skill level would be, or where you'd expect to do in, let's say, a normal race scenario or a normal qualifying scenario in career mode sort of thing. So this ain't necessarily going to be the fastest lap you'll see, but it's just meant to be a lap that will show you, okay, the good racing lines for beginners, the right gears to be in, the right braking zones and all of that, and yeah, you know, just these small features which can all add up to a little bit of time here and there. So, just show you now, China, one of my more favourite circuits actually on the calendar. So, coming out of the final corner, open up DRS. Now, DRS only a very short run to the line from DRS activation point. Then, and you can see as you plough down the straight. Now, this corner, you sort of don't want to necessarily brake. You sort of just want to lift off and go down the gears. Use your engine to brake here and sort of slow down naturally. Maybe use a little bit of braking, but very, very little. Then that should have enough momentum. Then with this corner, be patient on the throttle, and then out. Get a nice exit, go close to that curb on the right as possible. Flat out through the kink. Then heavy braking zone, and probably first real heavy braking zone actually in this circuit, and probably one of the more heavier ones. Very key, I always find, to get a good either corner. You either go a little bit deep, okay, and miss the apex a little bit, okay, or go, you know, obviously nice towards the apex, hit that apex, and make sure you hit it well. Then on the exit, don't want to do that, but you want to take a little bit of curb, possibly, then flower around here more or less, or try and keep her flat for as long as possible. Let the car coast, maybe use a little bit of braking, like trail braking as they call it. Then down the gears. Third gear I would recommend through here to get the best exit and power so you don't get any wheel spin as you go up. Then brake heavily. Now this corner, very important. I always find this first corner so important to get right here. And probably most key corner actually on the game or in this circuit. Very, very key. You get the corner. Don't get too greedy, but just hit the apex. Make sure you hit that apex. And what this does, allows you to open up this corner here. Get, again, nice and in. Keep the car nice and tight towards the corner. And then open up a little bit earlier. And then you can just power your way down this back straight. And very, very key to get a good exit there. Don't spin the wheels too much. Open up the car. Let it then run and do what it does best in a straight line. Then brake just before the 100-meter board. Then get the car in. Turn the car out. And away you go. Then final corner, get the car nicely, white line, that's when you want to start braking and start maybe, you know, also turning in, and then that is a lap of the Chinese circuit. Now let's put all that into practice and show you exactly what I mean. So here we go then. So it's just before that white line or just after the white line, either one, depending on which one you want. Exit, I'd go before the white line, but if I want to take more speed or cornering speed through the corner, so a little bit of braking, as I say, going on through this first corner, and not having the greatest of first corners in all fairness to myself. Certainly not having a great first corner, but anyway, out wide we go, then down the main straight, or sorry, main straight, down the next straight, then into the braking zone. Good to get a good braking zone. Want to certainly feel the car there, and flat out, or stay as flat out for as long as possible, certainly, and yes, we'll get the car in. Right, key braking point, I said this is, as you can see, hooking up them two pretty nicely. Now on the power, nice and early. Don't be worried about going a little bit out wide there, onto the curb. Use that curb in a way as your friend. Some people do. I'm not too fussed, personally myself. Brake into the heavy braking zone. And not a great exit. Again, that corner, the last corner, is actually a tricky corner, don't get me wrong. Pretty tricky if you're, let's say, looking for the actual lap time, but the thing is about it, just need just my glasses, there we go. Thing about it, that last corner, just want to say nice. So first lap wasn't bad, 1:33.1. No, sorry, that was personal best, so we're 4 tenths off that. So it wasn't a bad lap, just a bit messy here and there. Now first corner, let me just show you what I mean by this first corner. So just want to get the car nicely in. Second corner, just wait for the car to swing, gentle on the power, that's how we want it now. That's a lot better, a lot more off the corner, as you can see already as well, closer to the corner. Right, that time, again, a lot better off the corner, getting better traction, and time just using the car more to its better abilities. So, pushing on with this lap. And this lap's been better but slower, I would argue, here, right now. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes you can have a better lap, I would say personally. But it does tend to, for whatever reason, just end up slower. And again, something's about that turn. Just keep on going out wide, tripping myself up. But, yeah, that lap, in terms of how clean it was better, trust me. In terms of its pace, still 4 tenths down. And I know I beat that Ferrari time, my personal best. But yeah, we're going to have a go in the Ferrari. Well, should we go in the Ferrari or the Mercedes today? Last time I think we did the Mercedes, didn't we? I think we'll do the Ferrari today after this. But as you can see, third gear, second gear through here. Then way up all the gears, open up the car. And as you can see, up 7th, brake now, down to 3rd, 2nd, when you get closer to that apex, and up all the way. Now, some choose go up, I choose then go also down a gear, just to get a bit more turning on the car. For here, 3rd gear, for this double right-hander, then I find that sort of opens up that second part, and just allows you to get a bit more power down a bit earlier. 2nd gear, And even though this lap, I'd say he's been a little bit more dirty in the sense, you know, I'm not being a bit more scruffy. It's faster, which is key. Now, 8th gear, as I say, 100-meter board is really where we're looking for. And pretty good there. Not bad. Maybe I was a bit of a chicken. Could have gone a bit better. No! And again out wide. And again! Just invalidates your lap every time you go out wide there. I lost the... you know, they are very, very critical here. The rules. Obviously, the white line is where track limits are, so I should know where they are anyway. The track limits. Regardless, I've got no excuse. Don't get me wrong. So second gear once again. Keep the car nice and tight as possible, then early on the power. And as you can see, when you keep the car nice and tight, you can just get so much earlier on the power sometimes. Not all the time, but most of the time. Because it just means you straighten up the car more. And yeah, you know, obviously, the more the car straight, the better, usually. That's how it works in Formula 1, I always find. And that time, again, so we improved in that first sector once again, but, again, as you just saw, we've lost it in the middle that time, so that time not even making it to that final corner. Alright, let's go. Final attempt in the Ferrari. Okay, folks. So, final actual attempt. Then here in the Ferrari. Oh no! Again! And again! We've done it again and again and again. How many more times? Right, let's give it one more go. I know we can go faster in this, and I want to. That's the thing. When you know you can do something, never give up, guys. And that's the thing. I know there is a bit more speed in the tank than what I've got or currently done. And I'm not giving up until I've achieved. As you can see, I know there's more time. Because, look, we're always finding time now in that first sector. So I know there's time in that first sector. I know we're able to manage it in the middle. So there is time. A bit wide, so this is going to be close than this lap. Not going to be like the last laps where Ferrari's waltzed away. Oh, this is going to be close. How close? Only millimeters. Millimeters, guys. Alright, we've got to go for one final attempt. Then. Thing is, I know this sounds obvious, but I know as we've improved in the Haas, and we've got time in hand in the Haas. I know we're gonna absolutely waltz away in the Ferrari, or we should do anyway, in theory. So literally just gonna waltz away in the Ferrari as soon as we've done a Ferrari lap. Because we've literally waltzed away here. And usually, okay folks, the Ferrari will have about half a second or over more, in fact. So literally, I can't actually wait to see what the Ferrari can do. So we're over 2/10 up. Last time we lost 63 milliseconds in that final sector, and we are going to improve. It is a better lap time, only by a very, very small margin, but it's still a better lap time, and we will take it overall. So now we're going to have a quick go in the Ferrari. Then, and I know that that lap, a 33.11, is going to be demolished. Now, because the Ferrari is a better car, and obviously the whole point of this series is to show you the difference in a way as well between, you know, what a car can do. Okay, so obviously hashtag erase Haas today, but you know, you're about to see what a Ferrari can do, and you're about to be stunned. Of course, you guys know what this machinery can do. It can kill, put it that way. And let's see, as we opening up the car for turn 1. Now, already finding a bit of time on the Ferrari. Now open up the car. That's it. So already 3 times up. Now this is where I expect the Ferrari to come into a league of its own, and quite frankly, the only thing it's done is spun. So right, it wasn't best lap anyway we were on an okay lap. Like, you know, went on the greatest of laps overall, but it was still an okay lap, a lap that you wouldn't be too disheartened by. Right, here we go then. Down Main Straight, once again. Open up the car. This time I'm a little bit down, even though again I did a similar lap like this in the Haas, where I felt the lap was better, but it turned out to be worse. Oh well. So we're a long way up on our lap time in the Haas. 6/10 over half second. 8/10. So this is what you'd expect from the Ferrari anyway, I would have said. And that's just wide, even though it's a second worth of improvement. Exactly a second, in fact. Oh, just wide. Wide at the final hurdle. Right, final attempt then in the Ferrari. Then we'll quickly hop into a Formula 2 car to see what it's like to drive one of these new 2019 Formula 2 cars, of course, around here. And to get a feeling of them. And after this, guys, by the way, tonight I'm doing another FIFA video. So do come and watch me, folks, play my FIFA Chelsea career mode. Question is, tonight, can we qualify for the group, for the knockout football in the Champions League? Or will we lose, or not lose, but not qualify? Now that corner there, where we just went out wide, it's a very one of them odd corners where a lot of people get put out wide there. So even though this is well, let's make sure we get across the line. So 32, okay, I'll take that, 2/10 off. 132.4. There you go then, I'm happy. Then that's about average, it should be. Now let's quickly hop into a Formula 2 car and show you what these 2019 Formula 2, we'll go in the car then, for once. And yeah, we'll try. We'll see how these Formula 2 cars get on. Like, you know, will they do good? Will they be bad? I don't know. I've never driven these 2019 Formula 2 cars, quite frankly. I've driven the 2018 ones, the predecessors, of course. This is obviously the successor of 2018. Are they worse? Are they better? I don't know. I have no idea. But about to find out. And that's the, I guess, important thing for you guys. You're here to find out what these also new Formula 2 cars are like. And first initial thoughts, you wouldn't actually realise you're in a new Formula 2 car, quite frankly. Personally, I don't know what, maybe the livery, but otherwise I honestly don't know what would make, nothing would really in particular make me think, oh, this is a new Formula 2 car right now, apart from the livery. And yeah, that's the only thing that would make me feel that this is a Formula 2 car right now. Nothing else. Anyway. Here we go then. Open up the DRS. And this is our very first lap in a Formula 2 car, 2019. Again, nothing would distinctly make me think that these are any different. They feel very similar to drive. They feel very much the same as Formula 2 cars of last year, or last ones that were released back some 3 or 4 months ago. Yeah, I don't know. They're nice. I love the ways to drive a Formula 2 car. I get a different buzz, if that makes sense, out of them. And, you know, it's a very different sensation of driving. Like, but, feels a bit, maybe you could argue, more old school. But, again, I wouldn't be able to tell, personally myself, on a game, on a video game, the difference between these, unless I compared them directly. And the thing is, this time won't be representative anyway, certainly not now. But as I say, I wouldn't be able to tell. Colours, yes, maybe the livery's a bit different, for sure, but is anything else different on the car? I'm not too sure, quite frank. That's the problem I've got right now. Apart from the colour of the car, maybe it's a little bit of a lighter blue. I can't actually tell too much of a difference. Right, let's see what that might do. As I say, you know, I love these Formula 2 cars anyway, all of them. Even before they brought out these ones, I just love the difference in how they drive, how they come out of corners and even enter the corners. They're so different. They drive 100% differently. But, at the same time, having said I like how they drive, honestly, don't see what if I got into this tomorrow. It wouldn't be anything like Formula 1. Formula 1's a different sensation, and it's a wowing sensation. Formula 1. This is more. The more you get used to it, the better it becomes in a way, which is an odd sensation. As I say, it's like an old school driving technique, I'd say you're using, rather than a modern Formula 1 technique. Alright, fastest lap, 1:47.1, pretty good, anyway. That's good enough for 316th on the world leaderboard, which ain't bad, indeed. But yeah, new cars, I must say, they're okay, they're pretty good, they're nice. But anyway, thank you for watching. Until then, guys, until the next one, see you next time. I'm your host, Julian. I'll be back in probably about 10 or 20 minutes with a new FIFA career mode video. See you all then.